I must be doing something right, if that's the case. Um, I don't have a big speech or comment on it. I mean, all I care about is this locker room and winning games, and we're in position to, go to Milwaukee and continue this series on. So not too worried about that. I know I am. I'm confident in my own skin and not worried about what anybody thinks. My teammates trust me. So does my front office, my coaching staff. So I'm good. I could care less.
Come on, Bleacher Report. Y'all totally misrepresented that tweet, that headline, whatever you want to call it. Like, come on. They make it seem as if the whole league is hating on Halliburton. They all voted for Halliburton as most overrated. It's only 13 players that voted Halliburton overrated out of 90 players. So what are we talking about? This is how you know that they just, it's certain things in the NBA that, the average follower of the NBA doesn't understand. Just when it comes to the little intricacies and the nuances, the personal back and forth between certain players. These players, they play over, the course of years, getting to know each other. They probably know personal things about one another. There was a time where KD and Chris Paul was going at it, where Chris Paul was telling KD, like, I know about you. Chris Paul was just getting in the head of KD. KD was real agitated. And that's probably just some bullshit, like surface level stuff where Chris Paul was just fucking with KD, but you never know. You know what I mean? So there's certain things that certain players just probably don't like about certain players because of what they understand on a personal level that the average follower doesn't understand. And that may be a thing with Halliburton, that maybe not, but those things play a part. And it's just crazy, man. This is just totally misrepresented. Pacers two-time All-Star point guard Tyrese Halliburton has apparently received enough hype over the past few seasons for some players to believe it's too much. The Athletic released its annual anonymous player survey Tuesday, and Halliburton got the most votes for most overrated player. He wasn't anywhere near close to a majority, receiving the votes of 13 of the 90 players who responded to that question. Only 14.4% of the votes. However, Timberwolves center Rudy Gobert had the second most votes with 9, and he was the only other player to receive 10% of the votes. So this is just really nothing. At the end of the day, it just come from certain players who probably just hate on Rudy Gobert or hate on Halliburton, or they just probably got personal information where it's like, nah, I don't fuck with you. Like Draymond Green and Rudy Gobert, it's probably like something deeper there. And just certain other players. Dame and Halliburton. That was kind of weird where Dame and Halliburton was going at it in game 1. And Dame was on some like type of time where he wanted to fight, bro. Like it was just kind of weird because I'm like, bro, this is just basketball. Like they just going at it just in basketball terms. And Dame wanted to take it to where he's saying, I beat your ass and this and that. But then again, it's like, maybe that's just more than meets the eye there. Especially when you look at game 2 and they going back and forth as well. So you don't know what's going on, personally. But I just wanted to read that because they totally misrepresented that just in the tweet where it's just like, why is Bleacher Report doing that? You have a lot of these channels, a lot of these platforms, these NBA platforms or sports platforms where they push a lot of like propaganda and deception. And also like, just as an aside, like when you look at House of Highlights, I believe it's House of Highlights, some of their thumbnails is real like questionable. It's like they know something, you know what I mean? When you look at certain thumbnails, if you understand what I'm saying, like just with certain players and, certain gestures, so on and so forth.